Hi everyone. In this video we are going to see what are Amazon machine images, and we'll also see how to create our very own custom AMI. So basically AMI or Amazon machine images, they provide information which is required to launch an instance. So they also contain the permissions that control who can use the AMI. So you can create your AMI and give permissions for other AWS accounts to use it, or you can also make it public so anyone can use it. So basically they contain the operating systems, softwares and all that are required for an instance, and they contain one or more EBS snapshots or root volume templates. So any AMI you create, that is going to be backed by an EBS snapshot, and it will also have a block device mapping, so which basically specifies which volume to attach to the instance when you create the instance from that AMI. So basically normally they are useful, suppose you want to launch multiple instances with the same configuration. So what you can do is you can create an AMI, install the required tools, softwares, any applications that you want, and then you can create an AMI from that instance, and then you can use that AMI to launch multiple instances, and each of them is going to have the same configuration. So this is very useful for automation purpose, or suppose you want to launch some instances behind an auto scaling group. So let's see what's the process of creating an AMI is. So normally what you do is you launch an instance from an existing AMI, and then you customize the instance, install the tools, softwares, any configuration you want to do, you can do, and you provide the AMI metadata. So once the AMI is created, along with the AMI, EBS snapshot also gets created that will be used for backing up the AMI. And then what we can do is once your AMI is ready, we can launch instance from that AMI, and that instance is going to have all the required tools, configurations that was part of that AMI. And once you are done with the AMI, what you can do is you can deregister the AMI and delete the EBS snapshot. So normally AMI, they don't cost you any money, but yeah, the EBS snapshot that gets created, you're going to be charged for that based on the storage. So let's go to the AWS console now and see how we can create our own AMI. So I've logged into the AWS console. Let me go to EC2. So if I go to images AMI, so right now if you see I don't have any AMI right now. So we'll see how to create an AMI. So let's launch an instance. And let us quickly see what are the different options we have. So like in the quick start section, we have different AMIs which are provided by AWS. Like this is the Linux 2 AMI. So we have one for Mac OS which was introduced very recently. Then we have for Red Hat, we have for Windows Server and all. And along with this, we have a My AMI section here. So this will list down all the AMIs that have been created by me. And then we have the AWS Marketplace. So here you'll get different AMIs with different softwares installed. But yeah, one thing to know it is like each AMI will have some cost associated with it. If you see like the Trend Micro Security AMI, it will cost you around $0.01 per host per hour. And you have community AMIs also, which are the AMIs that have been shared by different users. So these are the different options you have. Like you can search for existing AMIs if you find anything that can suit your need. So let's quickly see how to create an AMI. So for creating an AMI, first we'll create a base instance. So for that instance, I'll just select the Linux 2 AMI. Keep the instance type as T2 micro. Let's leave everything as default. Storage, I'll keep it as 8 GB. So I just create a new security group which will have SSH open on port 22, so I can SSH into the machine. Let's launch this AMI. I just select a key pair, existing key pair that I have. So let's give it a few moments for it to initialize. So my instance is now running, so let's connect to it. And you connect using EC2 Instance Connect. So right now I have a very bare bones instance, so it has the Linux image, but it doesn't have any tools and all which we want. So suppose I want .NET to be installed. So as I can see now, if I try, if you see, .NET is right now not installed on this machine. So what I can do is I'll just install .NET on this machine using sudo. So .NET is now installed, so I can just verify. As you can see, I have version 5 installed. And suppose I want several machines like this, which will come pre-configured with .NET installed. So let's, for example, let's just create a .NET application also. Okay, so what I'll do is do .NET new MVC, which will create a default MVC application. So if you see, this is there. So now what I can do is, if I want, I can create a file also. Let's say I put it inside. To do this, if you see, the sample file is within this directory along with my .NET code. So suppose I want to create multiple instances, each coming with .NET installed. So what I'll do now is, let's just disconnect from here. And with the instance selected, what I can do is I can go to images and templates, actions, images and templates, and do create image. So I need to specify an image name, which will be, let's give it my .NET image. And normally when the image is created, your instance is going to be rebooted. So when the image is created, your instance is in a fresh state and all. But you have an option, if you don't want it, you can also select this option, so instance won't be rebooted. But it's a good idea to reboot the instance during the image creation process. And I can give a description here if I want. And this shows the instance volumes that will be part of that AMI. So by default, it has the EVS volume of 8 gigs, so I can increase the size if I want. And I can put some tags to this image if I want. And then I just do create image. So let's go to the images AMIs. So if you see, the image is now getting created. Currently the status is pending. And as we mentioned before, like once you create an AMI, there will be a snapshot that will also be created. Let's just wait for it to refresh. It might take some time. So I just pause this video till it gets created. So our AMI is now ready. You can see the status as available. And as we mentioned, if I go to the snapshots now, you can see there's a snapshot that has been created that is supporting this AMI. So now let's launch an instance for our my .NET image AMI. Let's go to the instance. So what I'll do is, the existing instance I just delete. And I'll launch an instance. So in the AMI option, what you have to do is you go to my AMIs. So as you can see, my .NET AMI is listed here. So let's just select this. Let's keep all the options as default. Let's create a new security group having SSH access, and let's launch this instance. So let's just wait for it to get initialized and ready. So the instance is now running. Let's connect to it. I connect it as EC2 user. So if I now type .NET version, if you see, it already has that version installed which we installed while creating this AMI. And if I do ls, you see it also has the project that we created. You just go inside this. Inside this you can also see my sample file which I created, and I can see so the instance which I launched from my .NET image AMI, it will come with the .NET pre-installed, and it also has the code which we set up. So this is a very good way. So suppose you want to customize an AMI and want to share that AMI with different accounts or with your team, or you want to launch multiple instances with the same configuration. So you can create your instance, configure it, and then use the instance to create an AMI which you can distribute or copy it. So as I'm done with an instance, I'll just terminate this. So let's now go to the AMI section. So if you see, when I go to the action section, I can launch the instance from here also. I can copy this AMI. So I can copy it to different regions if I want. And I can also encrypt the EBS snapshot while copying it. And I can specify the permissions here also. So I can make it public as I want, so anyone can use it. Or if I want, I can just share the same with the different AWS account. So I can just have to mention the AWS account number here and add permissions. So these are the things we can do with this AMI. And if you see, like we have the snapshot also that is created here. So for AMIs we are not getting charged, but for this EBS snapshot for 8 GB of storage, we'll be getting charged for the same. And what this EBS snapshot does is, like, EBS snapshots are getting stored in S3 buckets, but we don't have access to see those buckets. And what I can do is, like, from your snapshot also, I can create an image from this snapshot. So that's another way of creating an AMI. You take a snapshot of that EC2 instance, and then using that snapshot you create an AMI. So if I try to delete this snapshot, see, so it won't allow me to do it, because it's showing a snapshot is used by AMI. So whatever AMI we created, the snapshot is being used by it. So to remove the AMI now, suppose I'm done with the AMI. So what I have to do first is, I just select the AMI, I just deregister, continue, it is deregistered now. So now I can go ahead, select the snapshot, and then delete. So the snapshot is now deleted. I am not getting charged anything. So in this video we saw how to create your own AMI and use it to launch instance. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section. And thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.